Alright, take a look at this. The Samsung Galaxy Round. Released in 2013, it was Samsung's first phone with a curved display. And then 10 years later with the Galaxy S23. Again, that same curved display essence. But then the S24, a flat screen, the end of an era. But this flattening of screens isn't just Samsung, because the Pixel 8, curved screen, Pixel 9, flat screen. So what happened? We'll take a look back to 2013 when Samsung released the Galaxy Round, which was, round. This was pretty much the first smartphone with a curved screen. And then just 1 year later, in 2013, Samsung took a huge gamble by bringing this curved screen to one of their most popular selling products, the Galaxy Note Edge. The idea of this Galaxy Note Edge was that you could pretty much turn an otherwise useless bezel into part of your screen, allowing you to do way more with it. And this was especially great for the Note phones, since Note, it's their productivity, and having an app bar on the side of your screen would be pretty useful for productivity. And Samsung love these curved screens, with the Galaxy S6 Edge, which wasn't thin at this point, but did have two curved sides. And this was great for Samsung, because at a time when they were pretty much the only people having curved screens on phones, it made their phones look really futuristic, while Apple was still figuring out their first phone. And soon everyone was talking about them, and even the likes of Huawei, Xiaomi and OnePlus were implementing curved screens on their phones. But if this curved screen idea felt like the future, allowing for more immersive content and feeling more futuristic, why were they all ditched? Starting with how a lot of people would have accidental touches. Of course, when you have the screen curve round to where people are holding the phone, sometimes the phone is going to get it wrong, trying to figure out what they are trying to press and what they're not. Glare. One of the easiest things to see on a curved screen are those little white borders around the outside. They're like the one thing that is really recognisable with curved screens. But the issue with that? Not that many people would want recognisability over visibility of their phone screen and durability. What's more likely to be cracked? The metal on the side of your phone, or the curved piece of glass on the side of your phone? Yeah, it's the glass. So if this did just slide out of your hand, you'd be having a lot more issues with screen visibility than just glare. Well, if you don't want your screen to be cracked, just buy a screen protector. Well, screen protectors are also another issue. Either they wouldn't cover your whole screen, they'll be really expensive, or they wouldn't apply very well. And believe it or not, physics. Why do I keep on coming back to this? If you had two phones of the exact same physical size, except one had a curved screen and one had a more boxy design, the boxy design has more room internally. And having the boxier design allowed for the more valuable stuff to be bigger inside the phone. And then in 2020, Apple released the iPhone 12, one of the biggest killers of curved screens. This iPhone 12 gave the iPhone its iconic boxy look. And Apple switching over to this boxy design signaled to every other company that their issues with glare, usability and durability weren't solvable with the curved screens, but this boxy design could fix them. And in 2024, Samsung got the memo and introduced a flatter design into their phones. A design that is better in nearly every single way, with the only downside being that you're killing a tradition that's a decade long. But these are phone companies, we all know that they don't care about those. But take a look at how these curved screens were made. A flexible OLED display. Flexible OLED. Where have I heard that before? Oh yeah, the Samsung Galaxy Fold. So these curved screens might not have taken off, but they did allow for foldable screens to take off, which are still not perfect, but still are much better. So yeah, too many issues with the usability, durability, and visibility, with the only upside being feels more premium. Anyway, that's all for this video. If you did enjoy, I'd greatly appreciate if you could subscribe and also go watch one of these two videos here. Bye!